Hello and welcome to eccuity's demo, Investing Made Masterful. We're bringing all the best parts of self-directed investing and active management into one concise and cost-effective experience. We run subscriptions that people can opt into, and that gives them access to model portfolio templates that allow them to then edit or just take what we have already constructed and execute those strategies extremely cost effectively. And we're bringing these subscriptions to market soon. We already have customers and money on the platform which people are utilizing. So if I log into the platform now, I can show you some of the functionality that we have live. So as you can see here, you've got your time graph series, allocation on the right hand side, and different savings accounts that people are going to be able to opt into. The heat map feature is really great because it shows you visually how much each of your portfolio positions is in your portfolio and how that's represented. And then you have your individual positions here. So you can see key details about the companies, financials, different statements. You can graph these statements and you can check out different ratios and you have a transaction history. You also have the ability to, now we only have a couple of connections right now, but we're always adding to them. A big part of the problem we saw with retail managing their investing experiences, the defragmented nature of investing. So we're going to be adding and be broker agnostic. So you can add your pension funds, you can add your current accounts, you can add your other brokerage services, and you can add private assets to the platform. Our AI assistant can give you actionable insights across your entire portfolio. Another thing is that we've designed the platform so that you can easily construct a model portfolio of your own across stocks, ETFs, and crypto. So we allow the trading of stocks, ETFs, and crypto on the platform, and we're adding options shortly. As you can see here, I've added a couple of stocks and an ETF. And what I can do here is I can do a few things. So I can customize my tabs to enable different fundamental and technical ratios. So I can do some comparisons between the companies that I'm doing my research into. I can have a list view, which allows me to expand out stocks and gives you information. A lot of people find that they end up with hundreds of Google tabs and such open about different companies. It's very hard to keep track of. So we've designed the product with that in mind. If you're in the table view, you can just simply click on one of the buttons and then it pops up information about the asset. Cool thing here is that you can send these links off to people and you can save these lists as what we call them asset lists, but they're essentially collaborative watch lists that track performance. So if I save this over time, it will actually simulate how it would have performed depending on the weightings that I assign. And you can create theoretical long-short spreads, for example, which is quite a nice feature. If we then save or go to a saved asset list, you can see here that I've then got, this is a test list, but I've then got all of the assets here. I've got analytics of those different assets. I've got a comparison chart over time for all those assets. And I can do different things. I can clone the list. If I like it, I can clone it and edit it and make it my own. I can share it with other people, or I can actually use our multi-order feature to actually then start executing this strategy. And this goes back to our curated strategies I was mentioning at the start of the video. You can basically select to execute through any of the brokers that you have connected to us, which could also be our brokerage service that we have. You can then schedule it and you can also do rebalancing. The title is dollar cost averaging 1. And then I want every fortnight, I want to allocate, let's say, 30% of my cash balance to this strategy. And the great thing here is, one, it's extremely cost effective, especially here in New Zealand and in Australia. But two, you can have basically multiple strategies that have different purposes running at any given time. And that really kind of provides that benefit of running model portfolios versus managed funds, especially in the context of Australia and New Zealand, where it's incredibly expensive. So if I was to go to my multi-orders, you can see here that I've got a yielding portfolio that allows me to allocate 40% of my cash every week to this yielding portfolio, and then I've got another portfolio that's allocating 20% of my cash to penny stocks. That feature is really where we're starting to double down because of what user feedback has been. So we're going to be providing more and more of these model portfolio templates so that users can then use them and edit them. And then you've got our AI assistant that has two parts to it. One is insights that are proactively emailed to you, that giving you insights across your entire portfolio. So you can get to see some of the benefits as you add more assets to your portfolio, whether it be our brokerage or another managed fund or another brokerage. The AI assistant will be able to give better and better insights over time. Also, you can use the platform to ask questions about different assets. When the AI assistant recognizes an asset in our system, it will then turn it into one of these blocks. And then you can click on these blocks and do your research. But not only that, you can also convert these threads, and all of the assets that are detected within a thread, you can then save into a list share the thread, get a summary sent to your email, or you can actually go to multi-order and you can actually use a thread to create a strategy and then actually execute that strategy in one click into the multi-order feature. So we've tried to make most of the user interface quite uniform and easily clickable from one area to another, depending on what part of the process of investing you're doing, whether you're researching, whether you're tracking, or whether you're actually ready to execute and actually create a strategy and create model portfolios. So that's the core functionality of the platform so far. And as we go through into the future, we're looking at adding more net worth aggregation and forecasting and kind of more holistic financial well-being tools, as well as potentially some low-cost pension funds in New Zealand and Australia that help us acquire more assets under management, and also robo advice that allows us to actually start providing personalized financial advice to our users. So we hope you enjoyed the demo and we look forward to hearing from you shortly.